Hi guys, we're back at Smash Fishing. We got a little bit less of a wind today, so I'm going to pop down after the fat clams again and hopefully find a cook up. I'm going to go over a few different lobster holes today, and hopefully they're still tucked away. We didn't have much luck with lobsters in the last one, so hopefully we can redeem it. So stay tuned, I'm sure we'll find a few creatures along the way. It's Smash Fishing. Woo! Something quite interesting. This is whelk eggs, obviously washed up because it's still got eggs in it. You can see all the little yellow bits. Hey yo, hello. You want those whelk eggs then? First find of the day. It's a little cockle, too small to keep, and I'm not really after cockles today. I'm after the really big clams that I found. I don't want no Venuses. I'll show a few in the video, but they're not the ones that I want. Definitely seeing more and more cockles on this beach though. It's great to see. This beach isn't renowned for cockles. Here's a perfect shot of a really nice size one. Lovely size eating cockle, that one. There's quite a few around just sitting there. Obviously the storms have just brought them all to the surface, and I'm hoping the big clams, that's a gaper clam you find on the sandy beaches. I'm hoping all the bigger clams are still on the surface and haven't dug themselves back down. We will soon find out. It's probably the biggest cockle I've found today. It shows that everything's sitting on the surface though. It's getting buried. There's a lot of seagulls on this beach eating them all. Lots of life in this one. Got small pie cross. Got brown edible crabs, a lot of pipefish in this, absolutely tons of them, some big ones there. You got your whelk eggs, different sort of periwinkles. That there is a European cowrie. We've got the broadclaw porcelain crabs, cushion stars. There's a little hermit crab down there. It's amazing the life in these rock pools. Literally just got to the clam bed, and that's the ones that I'm after today, the really big ones. Is that one? Oh, there you go. Nice size Venus clam there. I'm not after these today because some of those are a bit gritty. Because I cook the seafood very quickly as soon as I get home, these ones don't hold the sand for some reason. I'm not sure why. That there's done by a dog whelk. They drill holes into them. But this one is mine. Something very therapeutic about doing this, where you're just walking around, just checking out the sea floor. And the amount of things that I've never seen before and I've found in the last couple of days, it's been outstanding. It's always a good day for learning new species. That jumbo cockle right there. But that's not what we're after. Little Venus. The clams are littered here again. I'm glad there's not too much wind noise today. Still a struggle, but I'm going to film the best I can. I have noticed with this sort of foraging, it takes a little while just to get your eye in to spot the clams. Because there's so much shells and stuff around, you've really got to look for the first 5 minutes, and then once you start getting the hang of spotting what they look like under the water, then you start loading up. It's either that or there's none left. Another sort of clam here. It's very similar to the ones that we ate yesterday, or in the video that you last seen. We're not after any of those sort of bivalves. Can you spot the chunky monkey? That's a beautiful sized clam right there. Beautiful. These are so good eating. Like, if you ever get a chance to try these guys, these clams in particular are absolutely delicious. I've been quite jammy lately, and I've had the last 3 days off work, so I've been able to get down the beach. Even though the weather is really bad, it's still fun to get down here and record a little bit. Started to get my eye in a little bit now. Where's he gone? I say that and I've lost it. That's how hard they can be to... oh, there we go. That's how hard they are to spot sometimes. But once again today, I thought there'd be quite a few around. But it seems like there's quite a lot once you stare. They are buried a bit more than yesterday, but that's fine. That's another big clam, that one. Look at the size of that. That's a whopper. Try and get it in the sunlight for you. Awesome to see them like this. I'm finding, like I said in the last video, there's been hundreds of these. Absolutely hundreds. I could have filled half my bag already. I've been here 10 minutes, but I'm after those big boys. No big scallops. I'd like, if I found 2 scallops, I'd definitely cook them up. But it's quite hard to find a scallop on this beach. I've been fishing and foraging here for absolute years, and never found a scallop until that last trip. So it just shows how rare they are around here. This shell here is one of the ones I ate in the last trip, and they were disgusting. I'd never eat those again. Just found a gaper clam here. That is a live one, which you don't usually find washed up like that. That just shows the storms are bringing things up. So what I'm going to do is put the valve up and just bury it back in the sand, and hopefully it will live. The seagulls will have that in 5 minutes otherwise. Is it a chunky? Nope. Well, I say, tons of these bad boys. Got 3 now, I think, of the big ones. And all I'm doing is just working my way straight down the side of these gullies. Like this usually is flat, so it shows how much it's all been churned up by the storms. Just at the spot where I've found a lot of lobsters in the past. Find a lot of small ones here, but it'd be nice to find something decent. Nothing under that one. Big boulders like this is where the lobsters will be. Awesome. They all got water underneath, and that is ideal for lobsters. Come on, last rock. And there is one lady crab. There's a lady crab, or velvet swimming crab. Lost its claws in a fight, I would have thought. Definitely not what I want today. Got a prize catch right there, Mr. Golf Ball. Come on, you clams. I'm gonna find a few more big clams, and then when it gets closer to low water, I'm gonna move up, and hopefully we can spot a lobster somewhere. But hey ho, we can only find what we can, baby. A lot of these clams today are partially buried. Not finding a huge amount of the big ones, not as much as there was yesterday or the last trip, as I was saying before. But it's good that they've all buried again, because this is rare for me to find a ton of clams like this. We usually find a couple, but never in big amounts. Shows the diversity. I've never seen a clam like that before. Have no idea what sort of bivalve that really is, but look at the colours on it. It's got pink, orange, black rim, and it's pointed that way. That's an interesting little clam, that. Old dead crab, probably been smashed up in the storm. Come on, show me the scallops. Finding absolutely tons of scallop shells, but just not too much of the big ones yet. And I haven't found a live scallop yet either. Another pretty sort of clam there. Nice colours on it. Still not finding too much of the big ones yet. The tide's really whipping out now, so it's the lower part where I found the most yesterday, and hopefully they're still there. After about 100 little clams, I find one of the mamas. That tide is whipping out here now really quickly, and the clams haven't got time to bury back down, but there's definitely less than yesterday. That for an ormer shell. That was a big old ormer once upon a time. Got all sorts of shells on this beach, loads of scallop shells. That's been bleached by the sun, I think. Look at the size of that clam. Anyone know what sort of clam that is? I've never seen a clam that big before. Oh, if only that was alive. Look at the size of that. That is massive. I have no idea what sort of species that would be. That's not a gaper clam shell. What's that clam? Oh, dead one. There's a smaller one of those huge clams. Anyone got any ideas? Leave it in the comments. I've never even seen these shells before. But that one there is absolutely gigantic. Be nice to find a live one. Anyone know what sort of clam that is? I'm finding a lot of clams. I have no idea. That's bright orange. Never found a bright orange clam like that before, and I'm certainly not going to eat it. I'm just looking around the rock edges at the moment because this is a similar spot to where I found the scallop last time. If this one's alive, it's probably one of the biggest ones of the day. Yeah, that is a beauty. Like I said before, not finding a huge amount, so it's good that they've buried themselves, but finding some really good chunky ones. And that's all you need for a meal, is just a few big ones. You're laughing. Oh, there we go. In this close bit, there's one big one there. And I can see clams all around me at the moment. That's an orange one I've never seen before. There's another one of those gritty clams, so I won't be eating that. That's one of those quahogs or hard shell, some sort like that. And then over here, we've got the Venus clams, or some sort of species of the Venus clam. This place is absolutely littered with clams, but not as much as yesterday, so they definitely buried. Just found another gaper clam here. That's his rostrum. Get you back in there, buddy. You ain't gonna fare too well out here. There we go. Bury him down a little bit more. Getting covered in some sand. That way the seagull ain't gonna eat him. I got a big load of seagulls behind me. I can't turn the camera because of the wind noise, but they're following me around trying to find the scraps. I've found these sort of clams before, but I've no idea what sort they are. It's a big bivalve, but they got a weird shaped shell. They sort of got a little kick off here. Quite interesting. If you know, guys, leave it in the comments. The seagulls have definitely got the right idea. I'm just looking around this weedy patch. There's a huge patch on the other side that I was, and I'm hoping I can find a scallop. This is the sort of grounds where the scallops will be. The chances of finding one are pretty remote, but you never know. Yes! Found one! I actually found one! Beautiful! What's that? Is that a... Oh, look, there's one of those huge clams right there. So I've got a scallop and a big clam. I'm gonna have a little search around this area. This looks like somewhere where the scallops will be. That is ideal. I don't want that. Look at that, baby. Nice old scallop. I've now got two wet wellies. I've started mooching around this whole area, and the waves are coming in a bit. They've gone straight over my wellies. Come on, you beauty. Found another one, guys. Check that puppy out. Another good sized scallop right there. That's two we've got now. I don't know if he's going to flap or not. I can't believe we've actually found two this time. Well, how big is this one? what gauge is it? That gauge there is, see that? It's 100 millimeters for scallops, and this gauge right here is 90 millimeters, and you can see that's about 15 mil in. That is perfect. We got 2 legal scallops. I've got 2 wet booties for doing it, but wow, worth it. So I'm going to mooch around this spot for a little bit more, and then I've got to run off to the lobster holes. Any sort of kelp ground like this is very dangerous, but for lobsters you can't go wrong. So here's the first hole. I don't think there's anything in it. I'm going to have a little root around with the hook, because sometimes the lobsters at the back of the hole will build a wall of sand to keep the water there, and sometimes it's a bit deceiving. Oh, no, there's nothing in that one, nothing in that hole. I did check these yesterday, but lobsters move around a lot, so there was nothing yesterday, but it doesn't mean there wouldn't be today. There's the top bit of the hole. You can see how low the tides come. We come here yesterday and all of this was underneath the water. Whew. We are nearly there. Nothing in the lobster hole, it's just down here. A couple of little brown crabs. So I think what I'm going to do is go head back there, get wet, and hopefully find a few more scallops. I'm over the moon with finding scallops. We don't usually find them here a lot, so it's a nice little treat while foraging. Hopefully we can find a few more clams or maybe one more scallop, and we'll have a cook up, baby. What I'm doing now, guys, I haven't had no lunch or anything or breakfast, and I'm absolutely starving, so I'm going to munch one of these scallops. You can eat scallops raw. What I like to do is you find a little gap where it's open and get your knife down and just cut it off from the back of the shell there, and that exposes all of the inners. And the bit I want is that white meat just there. That white meat is absolutely delicious. It's so sweet. It's very sweet, but it's got a slight crabby sort of flavour to it. And the rest of that I'm going to keep for bait. What I'll do, open the other one. That was too good to resist that. Oh. The good thing about these, they got nice colourful insides. That shows that the water is very clean here. If it was from anywhere else around the east coast, I'd definitely be cooking these, but this beach is very clean, so I'm more than confident of doing this. Look at that lovely chunk of fresh scallop. I wish I had some lemon right now, to be honest. My mouth is really watering. Size of these puppies. I'm not keeping these, just wanted to show you. Walking along the water's edge there, and they're absolutely massive, these things. That's one of the ones with the appendages. So I'm going to find a little place just to put them back for now. Just gives them a better chance. There we go. Beautiful. Hopefully we can find a few bigger ones. The storm's finally come in now. It's picked up and it's blowing an absolute gale. The tide's coming up, so I couldn't really find much more, but I've got 7 or 8 big clams there. I'm going to do a cook up tomorrow. I don't have time today. I'm glad I ate those scallops. They gave me a little bit of energy. I was absolutely shattered. So stay tuned and I'll see you back in the kitchen, guys. Hell yeah! Back in the kitchen, guys. We've got our clams and a few ingredients. I've just put some butter in the pan, and what I'm going to do is just make a little sauce for it to steam it in with ginger, garlic powder, chili powder, sea salt and black pepper. We haven't got a lot of clams today, so I'm not going to do a big cook-up, and I'm going to have that on toast. Hell yeah. What I'm adding is a little bit of chili powder. I've never had clams with chili powder before. It's quite hot. And what I'm going to do is put a little bit of the garlic powder, garlic and herb, bit of ginger, black pepper, and a bit of salt once I put the camera down. Once this is all merged together a little bit, I'm going to add a nice glass of water, just like that. You don't need much in the bottom of the pan, just to create some steam, and then we're cooking, baby. Good old bit of salt. Lovely job. I'm going to get that steaming and get our clams in. Hell yeah! Now it's got to a nice simmer. It actually smells really nice. You can smell the chili in it. So we've got our clams. Got a good few there. Hence the reason it's such a small cook-off. I only found a few. I didn't want to get loads today. It was nice to see that the clams were buried again. So it's good for the future. Got our toast going. I'm nearly ready to eat, baby. I'm hungry. You can see clams start opening pretty quickly. Oh, it's going to taste amazing. And these have been left in the fridge overnight. It's always best to put clams in water overnight. Even with an aerator will work a lot better. But these sort of clams, I've never had grit in them. And they're so meaty. Absolutely delicious. Typical. Forget about it, that will do. Burnt toast it is. That smells delicious. Oh, if only you guys could smell this. All the clams are nicely opened. So there's no dead ones. These are nice meaty ones as well. Smells delicious. Oh yeah. That garlic and herb seasoning smells amazing. Check that out, guys. That is one full clam right there. Oh yeah. Can't believe how much meat is actually in these things. There's tons of it. And that sauce is brilliant. I've known a few subscribers have said to put cream in it, but I'm not a big fan of that, so that's why I do it like this. Very simple. Get that on there, dip it in the sauce. I never know what to say in cooks like this. It tastes so good, I just want to eat the lot, to be honest. What a way to spend my lunch. I've just been rained off work, so thought I'd finish the video off cooking these bad boys. Shame Sam's at work. Sorry, Sam. You missed out on this one. That chili powder gives it that little kick as well. I wouldn't put too much in it, but that little bit makes it all that much better. Oh, this one's a monster clam. Look at the size of that. That is what it's all about right there. Trying to get it all out. Oh. You can't get any fresher than that. Scallops, clams picked yesterday. Fresh from the beach. Eaten 11 o'clock in the morning as my lunch / breakfast. So I'm going to leave the video there, guys. I'm going to finish this meal in a second. I won't leave you with your mouth watering for too long. If you like my channel, like and subscribe. There's going to be plenty more to come. Let's smash fishing. Woo!